Okay.
Cheers.
I look like a wet ass dog right now because I have deep conditioning. But here you go. Cheers.
I think you're fine.
What's in your cup?
Water.
Oh.
Because I just ate dinner.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I don't have anything upstairs I feel like drinking. Like, I don't want to open a bottle of wine because then I'm going to feel like shit not finishing it. I also don't know if I'll finish it tomorrow because you shouldn't, like, if it's like a white wine, you shouldn't keep it in there that many days, you know?
Yeah, right.
I don't want to waste it, you know?
I hear you, man. If I was there, we'd be cracking it open. But yeah, I'm having white wine today.
White wine, yeah.
We're gonna have
like white wine sounds kind of nice right now, like a nice little cold white wine.
Yeah, only because we're having seafood tonight. So
I see. Got it. I feel that. Yeah. Oh shit! Wait, let me put the little timer on.
Yes, put the timer on.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the pod before, but guys, I have this little timer so that our asses who, you know, I'm ADHD, Melissa might be, and we need to keep track of how long we're talking. Because it'll go off the rails sometimes. Because when we first started, we had like 3-hour recordings that I had to cut down, and that was a lot. A little timer is what we gotta do.
But if you're new here, we'd be chatting. But I'm Mel.
I'm Lorrie.
So welcome to the chaos. It has already started.
To the show.
Today we have some things to talk about.
Yeah, we probably don't really need a catch up because I didn't do anything. So all I have is work. We're in our 1-year work reviews now. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like writing reviews for people right now. That's kind of it.
Yeah, this past weekend, Travis and I went to this place called the Woo Woo in the city. It's like right in the theater district. Like we're literally like we're in your neighborhood. You
don't say hi. How fucking rude.
We were like
what a bunch of assholes.
I
work at 42nd.
Like, you were up there by the time that we were there. So, but we went to
54th is not far. I walked to work on 42nd Street.
We were just like
you guys
going down.
Hate me. It's because you guys hate me.
Shut up. But listen, we went to this place called the Woo Woo, right? And it's a place that I thought of going to for my birthday, but there weren't any available tables. But it's a speakeasy where you ring the doorbell and you have to say like a raunchy password. So this Travis was surprising me on Friday because I've been down and out, real anxious, like not okay. But so he surprised me when we got to the space. I was like, oh my god, cool. So he says the password and it's Cupid's cock. And we get there and it's like you go downstairs and it's like a front, like as a porn VHS, like it was like a sex shop kind of thing. But then you go behind this curtain and you press on this bookcase where there's like a whole bunch of like porn DVDs and like it's like really like, you know, X-rated. So you press onto the bookcase and it opens to like, you know, this like fun, like kind of 80s themed bar, like restaurant kind of thing, right? So we get to our table. The waitress is really nice. And then she goes, "Are you allergic to vodka? Anybody allergic to vodka?" And we're like, "No." So she's like, "Okay, great." So she gets our drinks, our orders or whatever, and then she comes by with 2 little shot glasses. They're like super cute. 2 little shot glasses of vodka and a vinyl record with 3 lines of cocaine on it. I looked at that. She goes, "Okay, so you guys are gonna drink. You guys are gonna lick your finger, dip your finger into the cocaine, and rub it all over your gums, and then take the vodka shot." And I was like, and she just said that and just left. She just like passed by us, like all real casual, real matter of fact, right? And I'm looking over at Travis like, is that what I think it is? And he's like, no, there's no way that's cocaine. That's not cocaine. And I'm like, you try first. Because I have never, ever tried cocaine, and we ain't starting now. So he's like, okay. But there's like literally 3 lines, like, of the shit that looks like it looks like cocaine to me. And he's like, they wouldn't just give away cocaine here, babe. And I'm like,
yeah, your drink would be like $50 if that was gonna be the fucking case, dude. per glass. I was like, it would have been $50 per glass.
Lorrie, I just wanted to be safe. So he put his finger in it and he looked at it, he was like, it's sugar. It's like sour sugar. And I was like, oh, okay. So we did it, and like we rubbed it all over our gums or whatever. We took the vodka shot. It was like a cute little
Well, the theme, since it's like a sex shop underground thing, that's the theme. You're doing drugs and drinking.
It's 80s. They had like monitors everywhere with like 80s music or 80s movie playing. It was cute. It was a cute little place.
It's supposed to be like a seedy underground, 80s club,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if it was real cocaine, Melissa, 1 glass would have been $50. $60 maybe.
I said, what is that, babe? What is that? I don't know. But that's like the cutest, like, fun thing we did. And like aside from that, I've just been like chilling. But yeah, nothing else. Thought it was fun to share. The Woo Woo NYC, if you're in New York, check it out, because it's fun and they give you cocaine.
Yeah, I did nothing else, so that's kind of it. But yeah, I guess getting into the topic is something that's going off for the last few days, really. I mean, this comes out the week after everything happened, but who knows? Maybe it'll still be going on.
Well,
but
I'm sure it will be.
I mean, as like an adult, and just like being on social media, people be beefing. Like, what's the beef with everybody?
All grown adults be beefing.
Well, one of them I saw, because Griselda came out with Sofia Vergara, and she has like prosthetics, like she has a different nose and stuff, and a couple different things about her face. And I guess the son of the real Griselda, I guess they're gonna sue. They want to sue like Netflix but
they wanted to sue Netflix and Sofia Vergara before it came out, but it released. So,
and even after it came out, apparently he was. I wish maybe I'll go find like the tweet. Is it a tweet now that it's not Twitter anymore? Is it a?
It's still tweet.
It's still tweet.
What are you gonna say? It's an X.
It's a letter. But
it's a letter.
He was like, I didn't know Sofia Vergara's character was gonna be so ugly. My mom is not ugly. She's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, back in the day, all the men wanted to get with her. And people reposted it of like a reply and put a picture of Sofia Vergara's character and the real Griselda, and like, she just looks like a regular ass lady. Is she? She ain't all that, bro. And they even showed younger pictures and like, okay, she's pretty normal.
It's pretty standard. Pretty standard, like, lady.
And
like
Sofia Vergara, even with her fucking like prosthetics and shit, is Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara. But did you see that a lot of people were mistaking Sofia Vergara for Catherine Zeta-Jones?
No fucking way.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people thought that Sofia was Catherine Zeta-Jones in this thing. Yeah. I think it was definitely the nose. And, like, how they just, like, did makeup on her face.
Maybe the makeup that they did the face, maybe, but she's, like, way tanner than Catherine Zeta-Jones is.
Yeah, I know, right? But a lot of people were, like, mistaking her for her. And that's what I saw a lot on TikTok. But
I just thought the beef with the son and this whole show is just so funny to me. I mean,
so stupid. But you know what?
Specifically the ugly comment, because he was really trying to get people to believe his mom was fine as hell. I was like, it kind of sounds like you want to get with your mom. That sounds like enmeshment to me.
I saw the first 3 episodes of Griselda.
I wanted to start it.
Oh, so it's good. Like, if you like the drug shit, if you like Narcos.
Some Narcos shit.
You're gonna like this, Last night I had, like, crazy dreams about fucking cocaine and shit and kilos, and it the thing is, when I watch things like this, it really like gets into my brain.
Oh,
you know,
see,
it really
doesn't
stays
do
with
that to me.
So like it sucks. Like I can't watch things like this and like not be like impressionable. And you know what I mean? But it is good. The visuals are really good. Fucking Carol G is in it.
Oh, really?
Carol G's in it. I was like, is that Carol G? I looked it up and I was like, yeah, that's her. But she does her little acting debut on it.
Nice.
And like, you know, she's Colombian too, so it works. You know, she gets to speak Spanish and her Colombian accent. But
from like the little clips and previews I've seen, Sophia's acting seems pretty cool. I mean, after doing like 11 years of Modern Family, which don't get me wrong, I love her on Modern Family because her character was so funny in the way that she would always have her comebacks about like whenever they make fun of her with like her English or something, and her character always had a comeback. I also think Sofia Vergara is funny as fuck, like generally.
She is so funny. She is so funny.
It's kind of cool. I mean, she's in other stuff besides Modern Family, but that's her biggest work, I want to say, for just because she did it for so long. But
that's her biggest role. That's her biggest role. But this, she might win some awards for this. Not gonna lie, like she is really like flexing that acting muscle, you know. Nice. And it's crazy to realize that like she's like, I think she's like in her 50s.
Bro, yeah, she's in her 50s. I think like even her late 50s.
I think she might be like 54. I think that's what I heard her say in an interview.
Like 56 or something.
But can you like? Do you imagine? Like that's insane. You know, she doesn't look it at all. I mean, like Latinos, they age like fine wine. But
I'm Asian. I mean, come on, it's
the people. It's a people of color thing. But I feel like she might really win some awards. You know, I think she said in interviews that like this isn't to glorify what Griselda did, because a lot of people think that she came out with this and we're gonna like glorify like drugs trafficking and, you know, like put a mean stamp on Colombia. And, you know, because everyone is always like, oh, are you from Colombia? Like, do you sell drugs? You know, I feel like that's
I wanted to say, like, with that stereotype, no matter what, people are still going to do... I'm Asian. You know how many you eat dog or cat comments I get? Like, a lot. So no matter what, even if you had the most positive TV show come out about your ethnicity, people are still going to be fucking racist.
1,000%. 1,000%. You know? That's always going to happen.
It really sucks, but...
That's always going to happen. But like apparently she's an executive producer on the show too. And like, she just like really wanted to play this role. You know, she's Colombian. This is like her roots. And, you know, she's said that she loves Colombia. Like she was like growing up in the 70s and 80s when this was happening. Yeah. And it was like really devastating, you know, for the country. And she just like wanted to bring it to light. And I really think that she's going to, you know, get some awards for this because it is really good. It's really good acting. Like I've never seen Sofia Vergara in this climate, in this kind of environment, you know.
So,
but yeah,
the sun should stop beefing.
The beef, he has to chill. But I think it's also like apparently like it's his work. Like, he wanted to do this, like, novela kind of thing, the soap opera thing. And, like, somebody maybe, like, spoke to Netflix about it. But
yeah, that's
in the show, yeah, he has 2 other brothers. So me and Charles were talking about it earlier. And he was like, do you think it was, like, one of his brothers who, like, talked to Netflix about it or whatever?
I also feel like, do you think because he wanted to do a novela kind of situation that he was going to maybe glorify it? Because it seems like he's a kind of close to his mom with this beef, you know.
Yeah.
So it might have been a completely different take, and maybe not the best take.
Yeah, I mean, he said that he doesn't deny anything that they've shown in the show. I mean, I've only seen 3 episodes, but what I've seen, kind of nuts. From what I've seen, is kind of nuts already, you know. And like the brothers are like her sons are very much like involved in all this shit, you know. And
Yeah.
It's just like it's crazy. Like it's crazy. It's a crazy ass dynamic. But yeah,
ass dynamic.
That's that beef. Ass dynamic. But anyway,
moving on to the next beef that is going off as of today. Too, I like more of it. Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. And did you listen to? I didn't listen to Bigfoot. I actually listened to it through other people's TikTok because I didn't want to give it attention. So I just watched people's TikToks about it. It's so bad.
You haven't listened to it? You haven't listened to the full thing?
No, I have. Literally through other people's TikToks. I didn't want to give the Spotify listen.
Lorrie, me and Travis listened to this like at midnight because like we've been like kind of like sort of like dragged into this beef like since like for 2 days now, you know, ever since his came out, because so Megan came out with his. Yeah. If you're not up to date, but Megan came out with his, and in his she says that like one bar that seemingly is about Nicki Minaj.
Seemingly. And the thing is Nicki took that personally, but she never said names. And with the amount of sex offenders in the music industry, it could have been anybody. But she took it personally. Because they already had beef before Hiss, though. They have been having beef for a while. A lot of people say it's maybe because, like, Cardi B is her, like, enemy, I guess. And her and Meg were cool at first because they had a song together. But then when she did WAP with Cardi, like, she didn't like that. Maybe that's the source of the beef. Who knows? It could be. But there's probably some other underlying shit. But that's what most people suspect this is. So when his came out and that shit came out, again, no names were named. There are a lot of sex offenders and offenders in the music industry, unfortunately, in the entertainment industry. She could have been just calling out. I think it was a general call out. I feel like that is a general call out. I mean, with so many allegations in the world right now. So it could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody, but honestly, I think that was sort of directed to Nicki. But I think that a lot of the other things that I thought were directed to Nicki were about Drake, actually. Like, I saw a whole bunch of people say, like, oh, like, a lot of the things are about Drake because, if you remember, or, like, if you didn't know, Drake called out Megan on his album and, like, basically made fun of her for getting shot in the foot by Tory Lanez.
Well, some other people said it was Designer because he was actually just registered on the sex offender list and he had done a thing with Tory Lanez and maybe Drake, but somebody else, and, like, you know, talking shit. So, again, it could be anybody. Just because, even if it was directed towards Nicki, there was no direct quote to really bar. That's a lot of interpreting. So if you take it, you know how when it's like, it's like, this is such a weird comparison, but like when people say if you smelt it, you dealt it. Usually it's true. If you heard it and if you interpreted it that way, maybe you did it.
Baby, Nicki, if the shoe fits, baby.
I'm just saying, if you're taking that shit real personally, I think it's also wild to be like this grown ass woman and like going on a rant for literally the last like 4 days about it.
She's a mother. Like, what are you doing? Where's your child? Go attend to your son. What are you doing?
But
you look crazy.
It's looking wild because she's calling out names like for real.
Yes.
And like, girl, really? She's like, I got 5 songs ready for like one bar results to 5 songs.
But the way that she said that the diss track wasn't a diss track, she was like, this is not a diss track. Like, I feel like she was basically telling the people that this was like a banger. Like, this was gonna be a banger, you know, like you can hear this anywhere. It was gonna be a single.
The difference between Megan's bar and Bigfoot is that she's literally saying everybody knows who you're talking about kind of stuff. Like, everybody. Yes. And it's not just because of the beef the last couple days. It's like the stuff you said literally pertains to one person, like very specifically. And also, she said foot like 5 times in the first 2 sentences. I was like, how many times are you gonna say foot? Why do you say foot so much?
And it's the promo too for the song, like the footprint and the heel and the foot and the taking Megan's foot and putting it in the fucking slide, like carousel.
Is she really saying like 1 foot, 2 foot, red foot, blue foot kind of situation?
Yeah, it was. Yes, they are calling her modern Dr. Seuss because, bitch, are you all right? Like, are you?
But also, like, she got shot in the foot. And, like, how many more jokes are... Again, it goes back to, like, even our stereotype jokes where if you're Colombian, oh, do you sell drugs? Are you Asian? Oh, you're Asian? Do you... It's, like, the same tired joke over it. But she tired out one joke in a matter of few days. You know? But, like, you're a grown-ass woman. Like, this beef is so crazy. Like, I get it. People can have beef with each other and not like each other in an industry. Totally get that. But, like, this public display of beefing for no reason either, because, like, you don't have much to prove. And I also feel like Megan's so unbothered, which I feel like makes her angrier. I feel like it makes her even... I'm not gonna lie, Megan Thee Stallion really grew on me the last few years because I follow her on TikTok and her, like, tour updates or, like, her daily life updates are funny as fuck.
The when she has a voiceover and she's talking about, like, her workout. She's like,
I'm working out because I get that booty in shape. And then she's just like...
And she talks so fast. And I love it.
But it's so funny. It's so funny.
She's great. She's so unbothered, and I love it. And it makes Nicki so mad. It makes her so mad. But it's like, Nicki, like, you've already made a legacy for yourself. You know? Yeah. You've already paved the way for everybody else. And it's kind of like no other female rapper could come up if Nicki's around. That's what I feel.
That's what I feel too. That's what a lot of people are saying too.
Yeah, I feel like Cardi, like, she has beef with Cardi. She has beef with Megan. She has beef with who else? I think, like, Lotto? I think her name is Lotto. Like,
Lotto,
her. Yeah, like, beef for everybody who raps. Like, just chill, sis. Chill. Like, why are you...
Yeah, apparently she doesn't want other women to be great, which is so crazy because music industry is so dominated by men. It should be cooler that more women... Like, you can have competition, that's totally fine. But, like, doing that kind of shit is like, what?
It's just, like, so weird, you know? And, like, and there's, like... I love the discourse, you know? I love the discourse that people are talking about, you know? Because I'm also discovering shit too. Like, I'm never really in the beef, you know? Yeah. Like, I don't really know what's really going on. So now that this is all out, I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, my FYP has been involved. Since I follow Megan, I think maybe that's why my FYP is, like, coming up with all this shit. Like,
I saw one video and it's all my FYP. Like, everything. It's all over, I like, bro. One shit and it's everything.
And then people at work were talking about it.
Really?
Yeah, I heard them in the corner. Talking about it. It was really funny.
I love that because it's hot news. And it's still going to be hot news by the time you watch this. But it's like, it's the fact that, like, I'm discovering, like, who Nicki Minaj is, like, for real. Like, the fact that, you know, her husband is on the sex offender list, her brother's on the sex offender list, like, they're in, like, her brother's in jail. Like, the fact that, like, did you see the TikTok with the guy who, like, exposed her OD about, like, her giving a lap dance to a 13-year-old?
Oh, no. I mean, I actually saw that stuff, like, a while back when it happened. There was a couple It didn't go off as much as this, even though maybe it should have, but I saw some, like, little shit about it before.
Okay. Yeah, but, like, this guy, like, basically, like, freaking dragged her through the mud in a TikTok, and he had to take it down because the barbs were doxing him and, like, exposing his information and, like, his, like, address, like, his parents. Like, he was thinking of even, like, calling the cops because he then uploaded a video because he had to delete it. He had to upload another video apologizing for the video because the barbs were going crazy because even after this awful diss track came out, they're still behind her, which is insane to me because what bars?
It's just so crazy because the song sucks. And also that weird the weird monologue at the end.
Dude, me and Travis were listening to this and it was like a minute 40.
The second she started, like, that weird whisper, I was like, what is this, ASMR? I don't like it.
I said, what the heck is this? Because I was like, there's like a minute 40 left of this, but she stopped rapping. So what else could happen?
Bruh, that's so weird. It was so weird. It's funny because I did look at comments on some other videos, and one girl was like, hate me or not, I do love Nicki. I even got tickets to her tour, but that song was trash. And I was like, see, at least you admit that song sucks.
And then like,
she was like, this was not it. Hope she doesn't play it at the tour. That's what she said.
Yeah, a lot of the barbs are like, she ate. And I said, ate where? Ate what? Because what were those barbs? What were those bars? Because a lot of Travis said that she's like on fucking coke. Like you can like hear that she is.
Yeah, apparently she's been like kind of on drugs as of late, but it's not even that. I mean, I'm not saying this just because people are gonna get at me because like, oh, you only say you don't like Nicki because of this whole beef. It's not that I don't like Nicki. I like some of her songs, mostly the popular ones, really, but otherwise, I don't really know Nicki Minaj's like album history. Nicki. Well, I just don't. Whenever she does the fucking when I start yelling and doing the weird voice, it just really I'm not into it.
You don't like Roman.
I don't like Roman. It weirds me out. The first time I ever really heard her do that, because she'll even do it when she's just like talking to people, and I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. You know
what it is? I think that when she did come out, like I feel like I was such a stan before, not even a stan, because like I would never be like, oh my god, Pink Friday came out, oh my god, I'm so fucking excited to listen to it. But I think that every time she came out with something, and every time a song came out and she was featured on it, I was excited. I was like, oh, she's gonna
I liked her features. I feel like I liked her features, and that's kind of really all I liked, because I don't like the Roman thing, and it kind of put me off pretty early on.
I hear you.
But I respect her being a female rapper in the music industry. Like, I will always be like, all right, she's doing her thing, whatever. I don't have to like her.
Exactly.
But like, she's doing her own thing. But I think it was that stuff. It also, like, she maybe I only noticed, maybe it's just because I'm Asian, maybe more Asian people notice this, but she always be wearing Asian clothes all the fucking time.
Yeah, I think that
puts me off a little.
I think that Nicki, I feel like Nicki builds her career on doing these characters. I feel like Nicki is a character, She's many characters.
I guess I can't fully hate it because maybe she's just getting into these weird characters. And also, I mean, I know the argument people would also bring up. I'm gonna know what about Megan Thee Stallion and all her anime outfits? I'm like, she's just a fucking nerd, and I can tell she's a goddamn nerd.
Yeah.
I think she's just a fucking nerd that likes anime. I don't feel like she's trying to be that girl just is a fucking nerd.
She is a nerd.
I'm a nerd.
She's a nerd.
I'm just saying, I'm not making fun of anybody like that. I literally watch anime all the time.
She's a nerd, and she's so proud of it. Apparently,
she's a fucking nerd.
I'm not on Instagram right now, but on TikTok, I saw that Megan.
She did a Tokyo Ghoul reference.
The Tokyo
I understood
Ghoul
it.
Yeah.
Because I watched Tokyo Ghoul a little while back, but yeah. I understood it.
I literally watched maybe like 1 or 2 episodes of Tokyo Ghoul, but
good,
I was like,
but it is very violent. If you're not in the mood for violence, maybe take a rest.
It is, because I remember the first episode and I was like, oh god.
Oh yeah, the first episode. There is bloodshed.
Just slaughter.
Slaughter. It's like watching Castlevania.
Yes. Which I still haven't seen, but I heard. But yeah, I love that Meg is so unbothered by it all. I love that she's kind of like, if you felt those bars were about you, then I guess they were about you. Because earlier she posted a BTS on her TikTok about the Hiss video. So like she's just like so chill. I love that she's just so chill, and like Nicki Minaj is here responding to TikTokers, about her. Like
I also saw a girl came up in my FYP of just a random TikToker. I mean, she has like more followers than I do for sure, but I don't think she's like an influencer. But she's like, the real Nicki Minaj account was in her video comments and literally trying to slander her. I'm like, dude, she's just a regular ass person. And it's Nick because it has a blue check mark, and it's very hard to get a check mark on TikTok.
I didn't know it was really hard to do that on TikTok.
I only know that word wise because I've had people tell me about it.
Okay.
But also, did you see the crazy thing about beefs like this too? Because she's such a big, prominent person in the industry and all, it's just, and it brings that craziness of her fans and shit, and like little doxing people. Did you know that she sent out like a tweet of the address of Meg's mom's grave for people to desecrate it? That's real.
No.
I gotta find it. Because unless it got taken down, but that's going too
Nikki.
far, dude.
Wow, Nikki. And like you're here like on your song, like on your dead mama, on your dead mother, and you're gonna send out a tweet of this woman's mother's grave? She's so off.
It's disgusting.
Rocker, bro.
That is disgusting. I mean, you can say all the verbal comebacks and talk shit and do all of that, even if it goes as deep as saying disgusting comments, but it is absolutely disgusting to literally put a target on someone's family's grave, bro. Here it is. Because, like, diss tracks and all, whatever. It's all words at the end of the day, right?
It's all words.
But, let's see. Let me see if there's a screenshot of it. I know someone put a screenshot of it. But basically... Nicki Minaj fans dock cemetery where Megan Thee Stallion's mom is buried after diss track drama.
Unbelievable.
And that's... But the fact that people will, whether or not you admit that when her song sucked, but staying on her side, are you really going to be those kind of people to do some shit like that? Like, what the fuck? Like, really look at yourselves and just think about what the fuck you're doing. You know?
It's like, it's like, damn, like, this girl can't just, like, be in peace, you know? Even though she looks like she is very much in peace. Like, I think what's really sad is the fact that another female rapper can't come up like Nicki, you know? I think, like, when Nicki came up, Lil' Kim wasn't on her. Lil' Kim or Foxy Brown wasn't, like, fucking beefing with Nicki Minaj. At least I don't think, right? Am I wrong?
Like, she beefs with them, but it's never been, like, this kind of shit, you know?
Like, it's never been to this level, you know? Like, I think that this has gone too far, and I think it's coming from a place of insecurity because Megan like whipped out Megan's Law in the bars, and like that personally feels like an attack to Nicki's husband and Nicki's brother. But did she lie? Did she lie? Like, it's a fact. It's a fact that Nicki Minaj's husband is on the sex offender list, and so is her brother. Like, I think you're coming...
Was she wrong?
It's coming from a place of insecurity. Was she wrong? She wasn't wrong. Nicki Minaj quote, did she lie? Did she motherfucking lie? She didn't. She didn't, Nicki. She didn't. And we could clip this and put it on TikTok. Dox me, Nicki. Dox me.
Damn, bro.
I don't care.
Our podcast isn't that big, girl. You gotta come down there.
Okay.
We're such a small podcast. You can't be bringing people to dox us already. Shit.
Apparently she doesn't care. Apparently she's like going towards like small time people.
That's true. She was really commenting on regular ass people's videos. I can understand like feeling upset about people's videos talking shit or whatever for like regular stuff and whatever. And I get that. You can be in your feelings. You can make a video about it, but going into their comments and doing all of that, that's a lot.
Insane. Like, she feels personally attacked. Like, Nicki, you really don't have to prove yourself like this. Like, you don't have
anything to prove. You're kind of just like breaking down what you already made, and it kind of sucks. But as an adult, to really encourage those types of acts because you're having to be, it's so crazy. You're a grown-ass adult.
You're a grown-ass woman.
Ass woman. And...
You're an ass woman.
You're an ass woman right now. Just with all this shit. Yeah. It's just it's so wild to me. And, like, in the midst of all this big-ass beef and stuff, I've noticed just generally, I mean, maybe it's just because it's social media. People are always like beefing with each other, or like, don't get me wrong, I had some beef with like family stuff during like planning my parents' anniversary. I got drunk and complained about it. But now that it's over, I'm like, everything's done, it's over with. You know, but that's like the thing. When you're beefing, you either let it go, do something about it, not you know, any physical doing it, like don't be fighting each other. Don't be sending people to their mom's grave site, you know.
Don't be doing that.
Don't be doing shit like that. But still, people have beef. People fight, people argue, and don't have good standing with each other. It just happens. Whatever. You don't have to talk to each other or have each other in each other's lives after that. But, I mean, I feel like I'm just too old for that shit now. Because sometimes people are saying shit around me, whether it's like my friends with their friends or like just like a circle of people that I happen to be friends with or whatever. And there's just a point where I'm like, this is some high school shit and I'm over it. Like, I'm out of here.
It is. Like, it is some high school shit. I think if like you do have beef with somebody, you do have something to say, just say it to their face. And that's it. And just move on. And if you want to repair, then repair. If you don't want to repair, then move the hell on. I'm sure you are going to be okay if you don't want to repair it. You know, if you don't want to repair it, then...
Yeah. And again, like, we're all imperfect. You know, people kind of see the little bit over stuff they're upset about, including myself. And, you know...
Right.
And you will. And that's... Honestly, it's fine. Like, again, we're not all perfect. Ruminating on things sucks, and complaining about it or whatever, but there's a point where you decide what you want to do with that, and, you know, you figure it out. Like, you're welcome to be in your feelings, and anger being a feeling, you know, you figure it out eventually, at least.
Yeah, I think that people that don't want to do that are satisfied with being miserable. I think that you want to be miserable. You don't want to solve it. You want to just stay and sulk and then complain about your shit. You know, I think that a lot of people do that. When you don't solve the issue that you're so upset about, you just want to like talk shit about it. You know, but
I do like to complain just to complain. I mean, sure, complain a little, but
yeah. If you're going to do that, then okay, fine. But be aware that you're doing that, you know? Because then later on, when you're sick and tired of yourself complaining, you're sick and tired of yourself.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is.
You know?
It's just,
But yeah, I think people beefing on social media is a real thing. I think that the more of a following you have, I think there's more of a spotlight on you. And it can get really tricky, you know, because you know, Twitter fingers turn into trigger fingers.
And like celebrity beef, so I can't speak English. So celebrity beef is wild, and they be on social media, you know, and so a lot of it just goes crazy. I mean, I'm like you. I don't know when like beef is happening and shit like, but this was so prominent in the social media I am a part of that it's like shit. It's just because it'll spread so big when you're a celebrity, obviously. But to take things too far and to do big, it's just wild to me as an adult person.
As an adult, as
having
a
problem
adult
with another person and just doing some crazy ass shit like that.
Yeah, I think it's also like the fact that, you know, if people do this, like celebrities do this, then like, you know that they're taking the conflict overboard just so they could profit over it somehow.
True.
You know,
a lot of the times it is like that. So,
you know, it's like they're like doing too much just for the money, just for
we
like
feed
whatever,
into it though because we like drama as people.
And we love the drama, so we're going to feed into
I love the
it.
cheese man. I love the drama sometimes.
I love it. I love it so much.
Sometimes
it's amazing.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's just like, and then I think that particularly with this Nicki and Megan thing, I think that when you're in the middle of the beef, you allow for so much critique, you know? I think you put yourself on display for everyone to fucking flame you. Yeah, especially if you're in the wrong, you know? Because I think that Nicki's getting way much more attention from this than Megan is. I mean, not even, because apparently, if you put Bigfoot in Spotify, Hiss comes up.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I did it too. I tried it myself, and I was like, "Oh shit,
that's funny."
Yeah. So I'm like, "Ooh, Spotify, so you know we know what team you're on."
Actually, this whole thing is working out for Megan more than anybody, to be honest.
Exactly. I think Megan is so fucking smart about it, because she said, "I'm not gonna name any names, but I know somebody who's gonna take it hard. I know someone who's gonna be upset, and we're gonna see what happens next." And there it is. And I think like the music video is actually really, really good. Did you see the music video? I never actually
watched the video. I just listened to the song.
It literally just came out. I think it just came out like yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever.
I mean, her last video was pretty sick.
But I think that Megan was really smart with her bars. I think that when you watch the video, I think the visuals are insane in that music video. But you can, I think, hear the bars even more clearly. And I had to hear the song 2 or 3 times over because I missed so much. Because she raps so bad. So I had to be like, wait, what? And I was like, oh shit. Like, she really said some shit, you know? I was like, damn. She really came at them. And at the end, she came at Tori. I said, damn. That's good stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, crazy shit.
Crazy shit.
If you are listening, I want to hear other people's beef stories, man. Just in general.
Yeah.
And I want to hear some good stories, to be honest.
Give us some good beef stories. I feel like I don't know
who you had beef with, or if anybody in your life had beef with, and it just turned out to be fucking crazy. Yeah, but in a funny way, not in a sad way.
Yeah, I mean, but like sometimes it does come out to be in a sad way. But you know, just a little shits and giggles. I just want to see, what other people's beef is looking like. Yeah, I think it's just like so funny, you know, just like grown adults beefing.
Also, random thought. Where did the phrase beefing come from? Like when you beef with somebody. I'm gonna look it up really quick. I'm looking it up. What is the origin? Is the origin of beefing? Wait, what? This is Quora, though. Is this the... let me read a couple to make sure that's...
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Slang origins. What is the history of beef as a term for feuds? The term beef as a slang term for feud or argument has its origins in AAVE and hip-hop culture. It's believed to have originated in the 19th or early 20th century, and it may have been influenced by earlier uses of beef to mean a complaint or grudge. Beef began its life as an intransitive verb in 1888, and soon took on the noun meaning in 1899, appearing in such expressions as, "What's your beef?" and "I had beef with him." And then it puts in parentheses, "not a steak." Beef as a verb, originally the US, to complain, gripe, and then as a noun, it's a complaint or protest or grievance. He had made a horrible beef because he couldn't get a loaf of sugar for his coffee. Beef as a noun for slang is very funny, because when I think of the noun, I think actual beef. But apparently, you can say you made a horrible beef, according to 1899 slang uses of that term.
Horrible beef.
According to some other website, it comes from American soldier slang. The origin and signification are unclear. Perhaps it traces to the common late 19th century complaint of U.S. soldiers about the quantity or quality of beef rations.
Ah, okay.
That's where
Okay, that makes more
they
sense.
believe it came. So, and it just grew into a thing, I guess, in the late 1800s.
That makes more sense.
As regards the etymology of beef, it seems to go back to the cry of hot beef, meaning stop thief. There's a lot of different things, but a lot of it says that it kind of started in like the 1800s.
Okay.
A lot of it is
I get
saying it's kind of from that century. Very interesting.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
But yeah, if people want to send us any funny stories about your beefs with any other people,
send them.
I'd be
in,
highly
send
entertained. I'd be highly entertained.
Oh my god, please. Please. I love it. In like family beef. That's also fun too.
I think a lot of people got family beef.
Family beef is fun. Send those in.
But I think that's kind of it. Today was like a lot of pop culture stuff, but that's just what's going on right now, really. Because our lives are not as interesting in the past week.
No. Sorry.
But that's it. As per usual, we are at Dirty. I messed it up again. Like last time. What is wrong with me? We're like 40 something fucking episodes in and I can't fucking say this shit. Bruh. What's wrong with my brain?
30 dirty.
And I've said these fucking endings like how many times? 30's dirty Thoughtin. On Spotify and YouTube, audio and video. And you can also see us on TikTok and Instagram. I have to be better about posting on Instagram. Sorry, guys. But we do post on TikTok. And send us an email at 30dirtython@gmail.com with your beefs or a meme.
With your beef stories.
Or
please.
Recipes or whatever fun things, appropriately fun things you want to send. So that's it, y'all.
Yeah, guys.
Peace. Bye.